What is cracking, my dear viewers? Another 100% race distance career mode with no assist, flashbacks, or race restarts. We are at Imola this week. Coming off 3 DNFs in a row, the morale at headquarters is at an all-time low. To scrounge up some smiles and acclaim around the office, the marketing team decide to host an AMA for our fan.
What is your greatest inspiration?
It's always been the drivers, from watching them as kids on TV, to those that I park alongside on the grid. Working as a team and knowing I'm just one part of an incredible machine. The life lessons learned from my family, the support got me here where I am today.
I apologize for that. Driver Simon seems to be suffering from some sort of speech impediment. But let's just suck up to Gunther and the boys. And wow, that might be the most acclaim I've ever received from one of those questions. Good answer. I usually get 1,000 or nothing, so next question.
Away from the track, what aspect of F1 life would you say excites you the most? I love the cars and my sport has allowed me to enjoy the very best, both on and off track. Fashion. I'm a bit of a sucker for the latest fashion, so keeping my wardrobe up to date is a passion of mine. Shilling. I get more than enough Simon driving an F1 car for a living, thanks. Wow, you sound so cool there.
Not my kind of answers, but Driver Simon is desperate for that Rolex sponsorship. So hopefully anyone at Rolex is watching, because I am interested in printing one of your 50 grand watches onto my racing gloves. Aw, only 750. Guess not, huh? But hey, that was actually enough to raise our claim to whole level to 4. Mission accomplished, marketing team. Great job. But you guys aren't here to see the glamorous life off the track of an F1 driver, are you? Because if you are, let me actually show you my new couch and coffee table. Instead, we get a department upgrade along some durability and aero updates. That'll do, I guess. But later, I do want to show off my living room because I do got this new rug that really pulls the whole room together. Alright, our first historic racetrack of this season, and another one of my favorites. I've lost track of how many times I've said a track's my favorite already, but seriously, the 2023 calendar with the updated tracks for both F2 and F1 have been absolutely on point. Free Practice 1 goes much more smoothly than my time in F2 here, where I crashed a car 2 corners into my first outlap. This is my first session on my 80/20 chassis, the Next Level Racing FGT Elite LITE Cockpit, in which I have a quick review on it if you guys are interested in a mid-range hybrid 80/20 cockpit. Link in the description. And man, is it such a game changer. I have never felt more connected to a fake car. Come on, Editor Simon, really? Do you really have to show the one minor mistake in the entire free practice session when I'm talking about car connection? I have my eye on you, buddy. Okay. Outside of that one minor mistake and an AI making a mistake right in front of me, it was another incident-free free practice session for Driver Simon.
Ooh.
Oh, getting sleepy. Let's head to Qualy. Literally 1 month later. Okay, Driver Simon, let's, oops, you're not actually supposed to skip those. This is a full-on career mode with manual in and out laps, but it's okay, that's fine. Let's just hop back into a car you've driven in over a month at the limit of the grip right before. Let's check our notes here. Oh wow, look at that. A wet 100% race distance at Imola. That should be real fun. Alright, is everything good, mate? Sure, set up your FOV and everything. I don't care, just get out there. Wait, no, don't accidentally hit the flying lap button. Okay, sure, that's fine. Whatever, man, that's just 2 amateur mistakes, like a minute there, but just shut up and drive, dude. So, we put in a 120.1. Wow, not bad for someone who's been out of practice. You're only 4 seconds off the pace and 2 seconds off your teammates, so it could only go up from here. We go out again and find some more time, but only enough to challenge our fellow countryman and current rival, Logan Sargent. Nico is still 5/10ths faster, so we go out one last time before the checkered flag drops and improve our time to a 117.4, which brings us to P18. Fastest out of the slowest guys, baby. That's a good goal. Lando takes provisional pole at Q1, and unfortunately Nico is out by 0.03 of a second. I believe that's the second week in a row where he's been out of Q2 by such a small margin. The Alfa Romeo seem extra strong this weekend, but we still managed to pull ahead of both Williams. We have our work cut out for us, and just as we ready up to head on to the feature race, it dawns on Driver Simon.
My goodness, it's gonna be a wet one.
Man, oh man. What a huge oversight from the whole team. I guess taking a month in between practice and quali can really mess up the flow of prepping for a race weekend, as I also totally forgot to switch out my practice engine to my usual race engine. Oh well, blame it on the ADHD. The AI is set to 90, and it's going to be a full wet race. And driver Simon is seriously out of practice, and he is feeling extra pressure following 3 straight DNFs, so this should be a very fun 98 minutes and 19 seconds of stressful racing. It is projected to dry off in the latter stage of the race, so depending on how mentally strained driver Simon is, he may have to rely on the in-game strat team to call him in at the right time. I have found that the AI get a little wacky on this track more so than others, mainly from the turn 1 shenanigans, so I am hoping for a safety car filled race for the strategy shenanigans as well. The face cam is on for the first time with a new rig, and I do hope you guys like the mood and presentation. I specifically organized my room with sub-optimal feng shui solely for the purpose of recording better angles for racing content, so please, do leave a like, as it really does let me know that this is all good time and effort well spent. Maybe even subscribe too, because I have a lot more racing content on the way as well. From gear reviews to career modes and more than just F1 VR, so stay tuned for that. But enough brand waffling, that is all for another day. Today is the race day for the Formula 1 Qatar Airways Gran Premio del Made in Italy Il de Belle Romagna 2023. Wow, let me try that again. Today is race day for the Formula 1 Qatar Airways Gran Premio del Made in Italy El del Male Romagna 2023. For sake, that was hard. Just use that last thing. There we go. The 5 lights are off and we are racing away at the Formula 1 Qatar Airways Grand Premio. Never mind. That's a decent getaway for driver Simon despite a lot of wheel spin. Even though we started on the inside, we somehow end up on the outside of a lot of drivers, and that contact with the grass probably would have killed us in an actual sim, but instead we get to taste the booty of Stroll for my troubles. This is not good. Vehicle condition.
Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Tyre condition still looking good.
Oh. Oh, what am I doing? Quite a few mistakes on the opening lap as driver Simon is not an AI who get on the pace right away, and unfortunately we incur the first track warning limits right away. We managed to end up as P16 by the end of the first lap.
16, we got P16. Stroll ahead, that's Albon behind you. The pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps.
Ah, shit. As we are still coming to grips, we are prone to making many mistakes to the point where we lose touch to the cars ahead by lap 2. It seems like the Williams are battling behind me instead of passing me, so Logan ends up as lead Williams as driver Simon did not hear Mark at a time, but according to him, they have a 2-stop strat going on, which will explain their race pace later on in the race. This race was a brutal one. Driver Simon was just trying to stay on track for most of the race. From missing braking points to scary oversteers and corrections, this race had it all. Driver Simon is currently using most of his brain's RAM just to stay on track and on pace on this wet track. But when you get into that zone and start building your consistency and grip, man, that is a feeling. That zen meditative feeling of being one with the car. It really is something, even if it is virtual. It really is one of the reasons why I fell in love with sim racing in the last few years. A lot of sports and martial arts I've trained in the past similarly get you into a similar zone. But the one unique aspect that racing has is the ability to objectively track your progress with the stopwatch. But if you make a big mistake like that, do you really need a stopwatch? Thankfully, Nico is the only one that really benefited from that and flies past ahead. Driver Simon is somehow able to recover momentarily and pull a small gap to the cars behind. But of course, more mistakes keep us from tucking behind Nico for the rest of the race. I do believe those are the biggest mistakes of the stage of the race actually. Driver Simon managed to keep the mistakes minor and drive well enough to begin pulling a gap behind. We even received my first ever team orders in this game and series to begin pushing and race Nico ahead.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Wow, was that team orders?
want me to attack Nico, huh?
They also decide now is a good time to cross over to inters. Well, actually a lap later because they're going to prioritize Nico. So we consider disobeying orders and double stacking with Nico this lap, but driver Simon has been finding more grip and confidence and would feel like the loss in time will be negligible if we stay out one more lap. Interestingly enough, we are the only team to box at this stage, so we'll see if the Haas strat team can pull something cool off. It's moments like these where a split-second decision can make you seem like a future predicting god if it pays out, or the idiot's idiot to ever idiot if it doesn't. Honestly, there really is no in between. We box at the end of lap 15 with a very clean stop. And yes, dear viewers, for once, I am aware that we did not change wings.
I noticed no wing, so alright.
We emerge just behind Nico, who is ducked behind an AlphaTauri on old wets. This could get interesting, dear viewers. Let's listen in on driver Simon.
Come on, Nico. Get past him. My god, why is he so slow? Oh my god, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Jesus Christ.
What a dumb fucking battle. Jesus Christ. I am so genuinely sorry you guys have to suffer through driver Simon's genius racecraft. So there goes the race. We have to box immediately yet again.
Well, there goes my race. Christ. God, there, like, I know I have terrible race IQ, but like, genuinely, like, Nico is a stupid passive. What a dumb race. Alright, let's just get the checker flag. That's all that matters. So dumb. So dumb. I can't believe Nico was not able to get past.
We find ourselves in a very familiar place. Far, far, far back of the grid by our lonesome selves. Fuck me.
Oh shoot. Yeah, let's just see the finish of the race. Oh, I'm gonna get lapped, aren't I?
I guess this just goes to show you how difficult it can be finishing a race. I can always blame the AI, but to be frank, if I can't race against a fairly predictable computer, how can I expect to race against an irrational human? That is the eventual goal, by the way, to survive and build consistency at a backmarker team before moving on to a race-winning car and attempt to win a Drivers' World Championship across a full 100% race distance seasons with no assist, flashbacks, or race restarts. Once I achieve what honestly is still a pretty tough goal, I will graduate to racing real-life racers in a dedicated VR league or jump directly into iRacing. Anyways, I digress. A lap later, we emerge just in front of a Williams and the AlphaTauri responsible for Nico's idiotic driving. So, if it wasn't for that dumb error, we would actually be an entire pit stop ahead of these guys. It's moments like these where I really wish I had a track map in VR, so I can at least have a macro awareness of the race since the in-game race engineers are near useless. We defend a quick jab from the Williams, who are still rapid in a straight line when they got that slipstream ERS combo. I already mentioned that I totally forgot that was going to be a wet race, so I unknowingly set up a dry setup for the race. Thankfully, the lack of downforce is actually coming in handy in that main straight. It is crazy how quickly they are able to close the gap back to what it was in the first two sectors, only for the lack of downforce to keep me easily ahead on these straights.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
That's good to know.
Sargent ahead.
Oh my god,
so the
really?
gap to the car ahead, 29.9 seconds.
This goes on for a while before I hear the distressing news that Logan is basically a pit stop ahead of me, at almost 30 seconds ahead. It is a very tall order, but let's try to catch him Lewis Hamilton hammer time style. Despite some pressure from Abalone behind, who I totally feel like would have dive bombed me going into that hairpin at one point if he was a real life meat body fella, we are surprisingly consistent and actually closing the gap to Logan ahead lap by lap.
Keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 28.8 seconds. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 26.6 seconds. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 24.9 seconds. The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well
Doesn't
done.
look like it, buddy.
The race leaders have also been putting in PBs every lap, and they're about 10 seconds behind us, so it's going to get spicy with blue flags very soon.
What? That was weird. I just completely lost all direct drive for a second. That was very scary. Don't know what happened there.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that weird glitch I had on my wheelbase. It never happened again for the whole race.
Don't know if that was a bug or a feature.
So I still don't know what happened there.
I don't think the line is really dry enough yet to start thinking about slicks. Let's hold on to the inters for a little while longer.
So it's about to dry up soon, and we're about to be overtaken by the race leaders. Even though it's been a fairly shitty race, we are still in the thick of the action. I do not remember the last time my brain was disengaged for a race. The fact that I kept the car on track this long after being so inconsistent with practice is something I am honestly shocked at. My inconsistency is so inconsistent, it may actually shock you when I am consistent.
Albon behind, less than a second separates you.
Of course, right after I gas up driver Simon, he goes on and does that. Absolutely sublime timing, editor Simon. I can honestly speak for driver Simon that we are at least happy that I managed to catch it. All that time in Dirt Rally 2 in the past month really did pay off. We're also getting much better with blue flags. We've already learned that you have at least a sector, if not two, to get out of the way. And through experience, we have found that the best time to give up position is usually going in and out of a corner. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that already, but I personally am still very green in the world of F1 and motorsports, which probably explains why I have such bad racecraft and terrible race strategies. Somehow, the abalone is able to pull 4 seconds ahead with the help of blue flags.
And the gap to the car in front is 4.5 seconds.
Driver behind.
Okay, Sonoda's behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 31.4 seconds. They're on old intermediates. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Looks like the car behind has a small amount of damage to the front wing, but it doesn't seem to be affecting performance. Just be aware. Time last lap was a 1:30.7.
Seems like old Yuki's having a worse day than I am.
Tsunoda is still behind us by a good amount on old tires, and being 2 seconds off my pace, he's probably having a much worse time than I am. I get my second track limits warning of the race, but hey, at least we see the back of Alex's Williams by the end of lap 32. Seems like he got caught with some blue flag shenanigans as well. Just as we pass the halfway mark of the Grand Prix, we pass Alex to regain P18. Mark has another moment, and we momentarily lose the radio.
Oh no, he broke. Ah, fuck this game. Genuinely. Oh, fuck this game. Now I don't have access to my anything at all.
Calm down, driver Simon. It's not like we're actually in a position to win. There, it all resolved itself. But seriously, fuck this game. You guys will see how much better optimized this game is outside of VR in a future video. Oh, look at that. More blue flags.
He's so far back. What are you talking about?
And that's P18. P18. Sergeant.
Here you are, Mark. So lovely to hear your voice again, buddy.
19.6 seconds. They're on old intermediates. That's Albon behind you. Our gap behind is 3.9 seconds. They're on old intermediates. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. Okay, 30 laps till the end now. There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
Just in time too, since it seems to be right around that crossover period between slicks and inters, and according to the in-game strategy department, they suggest going soft mediums to the end. Unfortunately, my dear viewers, as mentioned earlier in the video, driver Simon's lack of ramp space really bottlenecked our race, since most of our efforts of simply staying on track did not allow our internal strategy department to think of a better alternative, like maybe just hards to the end. Also, this time I completely ignore the request to come in a lap later and decide to stress my team out for their stupid strategy call and box this same lap as Nico. And much to everyone's surprise, some of that Chipotle hot sauce kicks in and the team manages to pull off what should have been a world record. Like, holy fuck, man, look at that. Let's rewatch that in slow motion. Beautiful.
Wow, you guys are on top of that. Thanks, Scott. Wow, you guys are amazing.
We emerge out of the pit lane with a sight at blue flags, and we are still ahead of poor Yuki. Actually, fuck that guy. He ruined my race.
Yep, he's on mediums. I thought someone.
We take P18 a lap later, and by then, the puddles of the track literally disappear without any sort of transitional period, and we are on a completely dry track in 2 laps time.
Car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 2.9 seconds.
After a bit of a scary moment in Sector 1, we see some more blue flags, and despite my earlier statement of driver Simon getting better at letting people by, that department still has a little bit more to learn.
Go. For fuck's sake. Jesus. How dumb are they? Give me that DRS now, dummy.
At least we got the DRS.
Give me that sweet, sweet toe, please. You owe me. You owe me. Nice. Okay, let's back to that toe.
Our gap to the car in front is 13.2 seconds.
Nice.
Okay, they're on fresh hards. Albon behind. Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind. 5.5 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Gap to your teammate ahead is 25.4 seconds.
By lap 41, we've actually closed the gap to Logan down to 13 seconds. But unfortunately, thanks to the super strategy my team has, both Nico and Driver Simon on, we both need to box for mediums to the end. So we've definitely lost to the Williams despite being a pit stop ahead of them early in the race. More blue flags and even a DNF from one of the Ferraris. Only a red flag can save me here, as this game cannot handle lap cars under safety car. It's honestly ridiculously stupid how the game manages that aspect of a race.
Go!
Driver Simon is eventually able to get a DRS toe from the lead cars, and that is when Mark hits us with an interesting strategy call, which honestly I totally misinterpreted until this moment as I'm editing this video.
On your MFD if you want to go and check it out. Got that confirmed.
Driver Simon's ram was so maxed out that we did not notice the alternative strategy was simply to stay out on softs till the end of the race. As usual, with 2020 hindsight, we totally should have just stayed out for track position, even though I would have suffered a lot with dead softs near the end of the race. Oh well, another call that is probably the final nail on this coffin. Oh shoot, I guess there's always a chance I might accidentally randomly in the car though.
Damn it. There goes the DRS.
That's Albon behind you. Okay, car behind trailing us. 1.3 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 19.8.
Through the clouds. Weather report.
Okay, radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Not a Mazepin moment.
So for the remainder of the stint, Albon tucks himself behind me much like the earlier stage of the race, but thanks to his durable hards, he finally passes me with the help of DRS on lap 46.
0.4 seconds.
Let's just stick by him as best we can. Yeah, what am I doing? No.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
We strategically use him to save on battery in the DRS, but a few laps later on lap 48, Driver Simon makes another small error that ends up costing us big time.
Why did I brake so lightly? Why did I brake so... God damn it.
If you were to look at the mistake by itself, it really is a minor mistake that shouldn't cost too much time overall, but look at how quickly Albon is able to capitalize on the error, and by the next lap, we are out of the tow. This just goes to show you how fine the margins are when determining overall race pace. Nico pits on this lap, and I believe he comes out just in front of Albon with fresh mediums.
How can you fuck over like this? God, you guys fucking suck.
We see some more blue flags on lap 49, and we let them by probably in the most efficient way possible. We are learning proper racing etiquette, which is one of the main goals of this series. I don't ever want to Ocon it, as I would probably feel so guilty I'd shove myself at the scales. We decide to stay out for as long as we have the tow, which is not long at all, because we are out of the DRS just one lap later at the end of lap 50. So, since the race with Logan is completely lost now, the goal is now simply to see the checkered flag.
Right, let's go. Come
Absolutely
on.
beautiful.
Perfect.
With only about 13 laps to go, there is absolutely no way I could bridge the 30-second gap to Albon ahead in P17.
Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Sonoda behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race.
Yuki is still so far behind me, Mark refuses to give me a time.
That's it. If I find out I had an extra pair of softs, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh my god, you're joking me. I could have gone sauce to the end, you idiots. Freaking idiots. God, what's wrong with them? This is what I get for actually trusting my strategy teams. Something I tried not to do after the last blunder. So dumb. I'm so pissed now.
The frustration of drivers yelling at their engineers have so much more context now.
I'm at the point where it's just like, don't talk to me. Engineer, shut up. Engineer, shut up.
Okay, I'll have the pit team send you out with aero setting +1. We'll move to aero +1.
Okay, now you're actually just fooling me now.
There is something innate about the human condition where you're just more prone to anger when operating a machine.
Engineer, quiet.
Confirmed.
Confirm, you little bitch.
I mean, especially when things don't work the way they're intended. Thanks, Cody's. Other than some small quips from driver Simon, the last laps of the race were pretty much spent in silence.
I see nothing from you, Bono. I see nothing from you, Mark.
We were surprisingly consistent to the very end.
Oh, but these blue flags are gonna get ugly going against these old hards. No. No blue flags. No mas. No mas. Oh yeah, battle that out, guys. Juicy. Oh man, my face is itching underneath my VR goggles. I will just power through it like a real life race driver.
And that's P18. Albon just ahead. Push for that position. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 29.0 seconds.
Just ahead, huh?
Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, Sonoda's behind you.
How's it gonna
Okay, they're on
speed? That's
old
not too
hard
much.
tyres. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Engineer, quiet.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
You
Okay,
little
dry
bitch.
seem like the best tyre for now.
You little bitch. Engineer, quiet.
Copy.
The most satisfying coffee you can ever receive.
Until that is, we find ourselves at the back of what's supposed to be faster cars on the lead lap, but on old dying tires.
Okay. Sit behind these guys for a little bit.
Dear viewers, please tell me what the protocol is for this scenario. I'm honestly
God,
not sure if I
slow.
have enough pace in me to break away from them if I overtake them, which I totally should be doing because holy shit, look how slow they are. I've had run-ins with blue flags in the past, and I do not want to deal with that so late in the race.
I don't know which Frenchman you are, but you are a Frenchman. Alright, I'll let you just duke it out with him while I just sit back here like a little idiot.
Unfortunately for me, my pressuring of the Alpine of Ocon soon pressures him to pressure the Aston Martin of Stroll to start racing each other, which costs all of us some time.
God, what am I supposed to do here? Genuinely.
No idea, Driver Simon. No idea.
I'm not the pace against these slowpokes, especially when they're fighting each other. Maybe I can just be a nuisance. You like that, Stroll? You like that? I'm assuming it's Stroll. Totally send one up the inside there. I'm gonna send another one up in the inside against the Alpine. Oh my god, you guys! Guys! Idiots, come on! God. Ruining my race.
We already know that our race is lost, but man, this just takes the cake. My goodness!
Guys.
Me, Driver Simon, we're so close to the end. Just see the checkered flag, please.
What am I?
Let the AI bicker amongst themselves. That's just Ocon getting his revenge
Now
out,
you're
Jeddah.
just insult to injury, huh?
Okay, honestly, that might just be the icing on the cake that's already been taken. We see the blue flags for an Alfa Romeo, one of our biggest rivals this season. I guess we have reached a new low without having to bend the car. I've genuinely lost count with how many blue flags we've seen this race. However, driver Simon feels confident, and we ignore them before the stupid Alpine goes defensive right when we get penalized for ignoring blue flags.
Yo, fuck you. Red flag it, red flag it.
I do think we caused an accident after seeing those yellow flags, though. I guess we'll have to check it in the edit. Oh well, Ocon. That penalty, though, will hurt us against our in-game rivalry with Slogan.
There you go.
Thankfully, Max ends our pain a lap early, and with that, we see the checkered flag at the Formula 1 Qatar Airways Grand Premio del Made in Italy, El Damali Elamorana Grand Prix 2023 edition.
We saw the checkered flag. Oh Jesus, I actually didn't know if I was gonna be able to do that with the rain. Wow. Oh, stupid strategy team. God, I'm so upset. Change the Kevin before I forget.
Wow, what a race. Action-packed to the end. This has actually been my first 100% race of the year, and boy, did I miss them. I feel like with the added distance, you're really able to stretch your legs and find your pace more effectively than if you are rushed into it. And with that, the strategies play out more naturally, and I feel like it's just a much more intuitive race experience. However though, we definitely need to perform a postmortem across the Insomniac racing team, starting from the driver all the way down to the administration process in the strategy department. For whatever reason, we were the only teams to do a two-stopper after the changeover to slicks. That is what we get for trusting the in-game strategy team after not being able to trust ourselves back at Baku. Lesson learned, I guess. Trust no one. Oh yeah, this was also my first 100% race with my new Next Level Racing FGT Elite LITE Cockpit. And other than having to move the pedals a little closer to my knees so it isn't so extended for braking, this cockpit is truly a game changer, and my body feels way better than it does after sitting in the FGT LITE. Also, another side note, during the interim of the career mode series, I did adjust the cockpit, and using my old 80/20 profiles, I managed to attach my shifter and e-brake. And thanks to that, I've been getting some hours in Dirt Rally 2. I wholeheartedly believe I only got through this race thanks to the time spent in Rally. I am very excited to continue to expand my sim racing journey to other categories in racing, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we have the highest pinnacle of motorsports currently on our plate, with the Crown Jewel Monaco Grand Prix next on the menu. I do hope you guys subscribe for that, because that will be a juicy weekend. But if not, I do hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll probably see you never. Toodles.